Welcome to the Recruiter Startup Podcast. I'm joined here by Darragh Everard. How are you today?
Good, you?
I'm not too bad. We just had your superstar recruiter on.
Kate, yeah.
She's way too good for you.
Do you reckon? Thanks for that. Don't put that on.
What an amazing recruiter. There's a couple of things that struck me on what makes a good recruiter and stuff that she has.
Yeah.
She's obsessive.
Yeah.
She's a people pleaser. And within that, I think she's really conscientious. She's really into it.
Yeah.
And she's like completely focused on it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that sets her apart?
She really cares about a couple of things. She cares about her own career a lot, so it's important to her. And when that's in her own hands, she knows she can just drive it completely herself. So she's not reliant on other people. So she knows that.
Like so control of her own career.
Yeah, like understanding that it is under her own control.
Yeah.
And then not blaming other people when things go wrong. Like I've been around Kate when she's had 20k backouts last minute. I've been around her when, a 12k fee is dropped at a reference stage, and she just completely accepts that it's happened and completely takes under control to fix herself.
Wow.
Just doesn't blame the candidate, doesn't blame the client, doesn't reach out for help from colleagues, fixes things herself. That's one. The people pleasing is a big one. So her background, she would have told you, was customer service. And like we've hired quite a few people from a customer service or retail background, and I find there's one big differentiator with the people who work well is when they've worked in relatively high-end or extremely brands where they give you really good training, where the customer service is always a huge one. So for example, we've taken people from the Shell or from Brown Thomas, and she worked in high-end cafes where customer service was absolutely the number one thing you need to focus on, and then that translates.
But she studied it as well, right?
Yeah.
So it was really interesting. So I was asking her like how you manage her, and it sounds like, to use a football analogy, you kind of treat her like the Eric Cantona.
Yeah.
Like she's earned the trust. You know that she'll deliver. You kind of let her do her own thing.
Yeah.
But you're there to win as a sounding board, and whenever she needs a bit of help or guidance in a way that isn't giving direct instruction, you can.
Yeah, it was funny because actually managing Kate was probably one of the biggest challenges I've had, because she's probably the best performer I've had to manage, and that brings its own challenges because you have to completely break the mold for someone like that. For probably the first.
And you can't repeat the formula with other people because you're not going to get somebody.
No, like I catch up with her every Monday morning, as I do with everyone, but her meeting is completely different. Like everyone else is more junior. They have a set structure in the first 12 to 18 months, much like she would have had. But she'll set her own goals for the week. Like she'll tell me what she's doing. I don't tell her. Like my role is just more to facilitate the right support structure for her. And like it's interesting. I don't know if she touched on the fact that she's better at certain times of the day.
No.
So Kate wouldn't consider herself a morning person, but she's really strong in the evening.
So she hits the gym in the morning. She said.
Yeah, she hits the gym in the morning. Kate comes in around 10, half 10, works till half 7. Needs a bit of flexibility. When she has the office to herself, she's unbelievable. When she's a day at home, she's unbelievable. And you can't, when someone's that high performing, you can't hold them to the same standards as everyone else. You have to let them go. And that's one of the hard parts, is removing yourself from it and just saying, okay, right, you're able to do this by yourself now. You just sort of tell me what you need.
Interesting. I'd say it brings, because when we were working in Walters together, there's no way they let any high performers do that. Might give you a little bit of rope. But essentially there's a structure that you have to fill, because the next person coming in can jump into that, and then you manage those other people. They say there's a principal route, there's not really. Were you conscious? Did this happen by design, or did it happen by Kate?
No, it really happened by Kate. And look, if we have another superstar, I think sort of the structure we might give them might be completely different as well. And because like any office I've managed has never been more than 12 or 15 people, I haven't really had that many people who work in a quirky sort of different way. So this is the first time I've had someone who really just does things their own way and it works.
But doesn't disrupt the others.
No.
That's the key, isn't it?
Yeah. No, definitely. And even when we touch on the fact that with everyone else that she has different KPIs, it's because she's done everything that they're trying to do, did it to 120%, and that's how she's in the position she's in. Now she just knows what works for her.
Yeah.
That's the big difference.
We used to joke, like, when we were at Walters, certain Michael Frost, if we ran a recruitment business, we'd give him his own in the office. Just let him do it, not try and force him in on the room.
Yeah.
I think he kind of learned a wee bit from observing that.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is as well for Kate is that she's in a position where she's super, you know, she's managed whatever 50, 60 people before, so she cannot add a lot to the business, but I don't think she necessarily wants to just yet.
Yeah.
So it's a case of sometimes I listen to a lot of what she says and take it on board because she's very astute, but she doesn't want to be in a position where that's her job.
It's interesting how you, at some stage, you have to kind of inspire that person to get to that next piece.
I don't know. I don't know if you necessarily do, because you don't want to force them into something they don't want to do. Like, you see it a lot of time, like in the bigger
Like
companies.
marriage and children.
you don't want to like Charlotte behind the camera there. She's not laughing anymore.
living in a village.
You love it.
Yeah, happy.
No, you are very happy.
No, but I think that's one of the national company has to offer people like Kate. So one thing we can do is we don't force them down a certain route, which I've seen a lot in the bigger companies.
Yeah.
You know, where we worked, but also when you're interviewing potential group consultants, you'll see they've been just sort of coerced into management.
Yeah.
When that isn't the best thing for them.
But it's egocentric too. This, like, when you go in there, if you want to do, like, if you don't do this, that's not success.
Yeah, but I think that was the good thing about Kate, is that she's already managed staff before. Like, she made a comment to me once. I was chatting to her about her career, and she's like, I don't need that on my CV. You know, I don't need the word manager. I've done that, and I think it's like one of the things I tried to explain to Kate was probably one of the times I enjoyed the most as a recruiter was being a senior recruiter. Yeah. When you'd known to manage and you knew your market and you knew kind of your clients and you're making good bonus. And that's where she's at now. So
you were always a climber. Stop that now. This boy here, climbing up the ladder as quickly as he could.
Edit. No, I think it is like, it is important to let people enjoy that period before you rush them in. Yeah. And like, I mean, look, I could really do a really good manager, and she would be a good manager. But to try and disrupt what she's enjoying, it wouldn't be the right thing. But do you think it's important for her to know it's there, so that one of my competitors doesn't jump on and leave me and offer everything that I could have?
I was asking her how often she gets headhunted. Quite often was the answer.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Do you ever take it on? No, it depends what day.
Thanks, yeah. I want the full information. Not the editing clip.
So you had your MBO.
Yeah.
And Walker and Sterling Anderson changed to Erikoo.
Yep.
Went through all of that. How are you finding everything being out here on your own, not part of the big business?
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has its pros and cons. The biggest thing that hit me was cash flow. That was huge. Because we're really trying to grow our temp book. Like we've 30 temps out, 12 staff, so you've 42 people to pay every week. And you don't have Big Brother anymore to lean on.
You're not just a factoring company?
No, I know. Yeah, we were very close to it. We got approved. Yeah. And then we had a couple of good months that allowed us a bit of breathing space. That facility is there if we need it, but we haven't had to use it yet. So
what would it cost you to use a factoring company? It's quite expensive, isn't it?
It is, yeah. For us, it was going to be about 15k a year.
Yeah, which you don't need to pay if you...
Which you don't need to pay, but you also got to weigh up how much time you spend in doing credit control and getting cash in. Yeah. And you know, our average fee might be say 7.5. So could I make 2 fees in the time I'm spending collecting cash? Yeah. But I think that actually helps you whittle down your client base. So that's one big thing that we've been good at lately. Is we've sacked off all our bad clients, give them to Backdoor Barry.
Backdoor. Shout out to Backdoor Barry.
Plug for Barry Cullen. No, he's been exceptional. We've given him maybe 10 or 12 debts. Anything that was in any way recoverable is now actually physically in our bank account. Yeah. So we've been able to sack those clients off.
Barry's a recruitment lawyer, by the way. He's been on the podcast, and his dad said he recovers the disputed fees.
Yeah, yeah, and like with minimum time for us as well. But that was the big thing. Cash flow was the big one. Yeah, making sure we had enough cash was huge. a lot more flexibility. You know, you don't have to apply the Australian model to Dublin.
Yeah.
It doesn't really work here, I don't think.
Let's jump into that.
Yeah.
I think I was talking to David Eyre,
Yeah.
your old mentor,
Yeah.
tormentor, about the different. He, as a recruiter, he's very high touch.
Mm-hmm.
Likes to touch on every part of the process,
Mhm.
every bit of candidate. It's a lot of contact. It's a lot of coffees. It's a lot of golf. It's a lot like.
Yeah.
Is the Dublin market a bit more transactional, a bit more faster paced? Is that what you're finding?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like relationships are obviously important, but clients here aren't as interested in a relationship with you. Like we've one client, an accounting firm down the road. We've placed 7 accountants with them,
Yeah.
and I've never met them,
Yeah.
and they refuse every time. Irish people are quite sceptical of the placement lunch.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to be schmoozed. They don't want.
The Aussies love it though.
Absolutely love it. It's different, I think, in the big companies. Like we're dealing with a lot of owner-managed businesses at the moment.
Yeah.
The kind of mid-tier accounting firms, mid-tier insurance firms, mid-tier wealth managers are our clients.
Yeah.
You're generally dealing with the managing director of an SME who is just completely tight on time and doesn't really want to take it out. The only time he wants to talk to us is around getting the right candidates in.
Do you
Very different.
Do you get many Aussies coming back? Have you had any experience of trying to integrate somebody who's just worked in Australia and come back to the business outside of yourself?
Yes, we have. Yeah, and that was tough to explain to them as well.
Yeah.
No, it was.
So, like, I would see it a lot in America when we try and put Australians over.
Yeah.
Like, I've had clients that say it's going to take us 6 months to speed up the process and make them kind of just.
Yeah.
It's different. There's I don't know how to describe it, but maybe it is the transactional piece.
Yeah, I think as well. I think the market's so strong here that there's so many recruiters out there.
Yeah.
So even candidates, I mean, we would struggle sometimes to meet candidates. You know, like we'd meet them before they go for interview, but in terms of covering them off on jobs, they don't have time. You know, there's very few candidates who will meet you just to sort of see what you have.
Yeah.
They'll say, "What have you got?" And then if you show me 5 job specs I like, then I'll meet you.
Where in Australia you'll find good candidates have relationships with 4 recruiters who they just keep in touch with over the years.
Yeah.
When I was working a desk there, I inherited a lot of those relationships through the boss there, Joey, and like I feel like that there's a bit different here.
Yeah.
Maybe the opportunity's greater.
Yeah, I think it's just more product driven.
Yeah.
You know, I think the market in Australia was a lot more stable.
Yeah.
So when things are stable, people have more time and relationships are important.
Yeah.
But I think here it's completely product driven. Like, and we just need good accountants, good wealth managers.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we need.
So you've 12 people now.
Yeah.
Are you looking at open up any new divisions anywhere where you can think like there's good opportunity here?
Yeah.
Like,
anytime we open up a new division, we try and make it a segue into what we're already doing.
yeah.
So, like, I recently had the opportunity to open up a sales and marketing division through someone that I knew, a really good, strong recruiter, but it just didn't really sit well with our existing client base. So what we're trying to do is offer things that are in some way aligned to what we're already offering. So office support made sense
Yeah.
because our clients are, you know, the professional services firms. So our biggest clients are the top 20 accounting firms, top 20 law firms. That's it, right? So
BDMs within them probably is a bit thin.
no, yeah. But so the office support division made a lot of sense because not all of the companies will pay recruiters for their office support staff, but they will in those sort of firms.
Yeah.
Because they pay good salaries, and we have the clients already. And then we're fortunate enough we got a really good recruiter from Erikoo to come in and help us set that up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is anything further up the food chain that you're looking at, or?
Yeah. There's 2 ways we look to grow the business. One is through the growth of the temp book.
Yeah.
So 30 temps at the moment. That was another reason for the office support division. It's a high temp market business.
Yeah.
And then the other thing we'd like to do is to move slightly up the food chain in terms of our existing roles that we're working. So we're really strong in the 50 to 80k space, but we do very, very little work above that. And I think that's one of the ways we could really grow things. But it's very tough because anyone who's earning 80k or more has relationships with 3 or 4 recruiters already, and the clients know where to go to find those people, and we don't have a name in that market. Yeah.
How much of your day is spent managing people, doing your own desk, or working on the business itself? Or do you just bulk do those things throughout the week?
No, I have pockets of week that I do them. So we do one-on-one with everyone on Monday morning.
Yeah.
We catch up with as a team, and then each morning I run half the office, still the director here, John runs the other half.
Yeah.
We do goals in the morning, So we have a goals meeting with 5 or 6 things. Did you get them done yesterday? Are you getting them done today? And then I go off and do my own thing for the day.
What do they lose their seat if they haven't done it?
No.
Make them stand up. For
No, there's none of that. No, it's not that sort of environment.
Yeah.
It's more why, what happened.
That was you. That was you, Charlotte, with Hayes, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Yeah. Like no, it's not that sort of stuff. Like a lot of time, it's the reason for not doing it is obviously because they prioritise something
Sure.
else, and we see what happens there, and then we catch up at the end of the week. So I actually have quite a bit of time at the moment to work my own desk and try and talk to the recruiters. And I'm trying to do a lot of client development at the moment. So I'm going to meet a lot of the clients that we're dealing with as much as I can, or target new markets.
And what are you recruiting for yourself?
Accountants within practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So audit, tax, internal audit, insolvency, corporate finance.
how many years are you doing that now?
That specific?
No, recruitment.
Oh, recruitment 10 years.
10 years,
Yeah.
eh?
10 years, yeah. It's funny because I say it on the phone all the time.
Yeah.
And I can see the rookies turn around like, oh my god,
10 years.
look at his hair falling out, look how stressed he is. Like, is that really what I want to be?
David Ayres said towards 20, had him last week.
Yeah.
And his boss has been on it for 40 years, I think.
It's only when you say it,
Yeah.
you realise how long it is. It's a long time.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been good to you though.
No, it has, yeah. No, it's been good. I've made a couple of decisions that have gone well, and a couple of things that happened, fortunately, that have they've been good. Yeah, I think being honest, unless you want to be like a career builder, I think really good stuff has to happen to you in your first 5 years.
Really?
Yeah, I do, because I think unless you're in love with the actual process of recruiting,
Yeah.
something good, your career has to go somewhere in the first 5 years, or you'll just get bored of it if you don't love it. And that's why I think so many people go internal.
Yeah.
Why do you think so many people go internal actually? 'Cause it's one thing I think about a lot.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people go internal because they wanted to go internal from day one.
Do you reckon?
Well, they studied HR, they studied business, you know, they thought, oh, I'll try this out, and they kind of get hoodwinked into recruitment. And then they can't do the sales piece.
Yeah.
They don't like the pressure of the sales piece.
Yeah.
They don't mind I think there's 2 different types of pressure. The internal, you have pressure of administration and pleasing people.
Yeah.
And in this, you have the pressure of the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Either, like, this year, I wouldn't be good at the internal piece. I don't think I'd feel comfortable trying to please people all day.
Yeah.
I don't mind not knowing what's going to happen in my day and if it's going to affect my income.
Yeah.
I actually prefer it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Charlotte? You've done both sides.
I think they're 2 totally different jobs, and therefore they suit 2 different people.
Break that down.
Well, I think an internal recruitment job in any kind of at least medium or certainly large scale business is essentially a process management facilitation type of role. It's highly administrative. You know, the actual recruiting element is quite limited. Usually it's processing large numbers of CVs, making a selection, representing, managing a number of jobs as you do that. You know, making sure that the whole process is facilitated correctly and within a quick manner. You know, in a startup environment, I would say it's almost like a halfway house between sort of like agency and internal, because you do often have to sell more in regards to the opportunity, the company. You're doing a lot more sort of branding and awareness. But I think recruitment is sales. You know, I know this gets banded around LinkedIn all the time.
You think it's sales?
I think agency recruitment is sales.
There's an element of sales. I don't know if it is though.
I think it is. You're selling to your clients, you're selling to your candidates, you are facilitating a process, but in it you're really selling to everyone along the process to make it happen and come together.
Let me rephrase the question then. You would identify yourself as an internal recruiter.
I would, yeah.
Yeah. What was it about, like, what in your makeup meant that you wouldn't, like, survive in an agency?
I don't like asking people for things.
Well, I don't know. She's not very tolerant. Apologies.
I'm not very tolerant, and I don't like being told what to do. But I don't like asking people for things.
So it's okay.
And I think in agency recruitment, you're asking people for things all the time.
Yeah.
I would say it's almost like a halfway house between sort of like agency and internal, because you do often have to sell more in regards to the opportunity, the company. You're doing a lot more sort of branding and awareness. But I think recruitment is sales. You know, I know this gets banded around LinkedIn all the time.
I think it's sales.
I think agency recruitment is sales.
There's an element of sales. I don't know if it is though.
I think it is. You're selling to your clients, you're selling to your candidates, you are facilitating a process, but in it you're really selling to everyone along the process to make it happen and come together.
Let me rephrase the question then. You would identify yourself as an internal recruiter.
I would, yeah.
Yeah. What was it about, like, what in your makeup meant that you wouldn't, like, survive in an agency?
I don't like asking people for things.
Well, I don't know. She's not very tolerant. Apologies.
I'm not very tolerant, and I don't like being told what to do.
Yeah.
But I don't like asking people for things.
So it's okay.
And I think in agency recruitment, you're asking people for things all the time.
Yeah.
Do you reckon there's anything like the recruitment, like the external recruitment world can do to save external recruiters from internal? Because like
I do.
So I was at the Simon Lewis's retreat recently. Now this came up, and companies are splitting the 360 model into 180 account managers and sourcers.
Okay.
And then even then again, some will go account managers, sourcers, and BDMs.
Yeah.
And I
So
completely agree with
one
that.
person harvests, and the other just sources and facilitates.
Isn't that a rubber half model as well? They switch
Yes.
each week.
No,
Yeah.
they're the same person doing all three things.
Yeah.
This person will
Okay.
just be doing that.
Is it working?
It works. Look, it works with intent in large scale in the States, and I think in the UK it's working for some people. Like I've had a few meetings with people. One was MRL in Brighton, and they've implemented it and it's worked. But the tricky piece I could imagine is that person who's making the sales, they're on the leaderboard, they're making loads of money, they're the star. Maybe the sourcer is still considered a bit of more of a junior position.
You just
And
have to
then they just go
incentivize
internal.
it. Well, no, if you incentivize it correctly, I think you just have to look at your
I think
your
companies
pay.
aren't incentivizing it correctly.
No, I agree with that. I completely agree. I think the 180 would solve a lot of that problem, because I think hunters and harvesters, they're essentially quite different people in regards to what fulfills them.
But some of the problems there is that, like, you're taking on cost centers straight away. So when you hire a 360, you're like, okay, well, I know I can get them to profit at this point. The other one, you're like, this whole center here, it is going to pay itself off, but it's going to be a deficit because they're not going to build.
I think that's right, though, how you structure the remuneration package at the back end.
Yeah.
Like there has to be a bit of science behind those calculations.
Sure.
Do you know what I think? I think recruitment companies should be offering more annual leave. Like some of the best recruiters I know who left agency recruitment, it was a moment of weakness.
Yeah.
You know, they had a bad week, they had a bad quarter, they had bad something. Like we have like an extra day of annual leave every month if you hit a certain target.
Yeah.
So Kate gets 6 weeks off, and I'm for full sure that there's been some of those breaks that she's absolutely needed.
Yeah.
Because if there's a certain target you're hitting in agency recruitment, you're working either a lot of hours or a lot of really stressful hours.
Yeah.
And I think if people have more of a break, it might retain them a bit longer.
There's a company called Heat Recruitment, I think, and I was at a talk for Aspire in London, and he did a presentation, and so many of his billers, they go on a subsidised 12-month sabbatical. So he'll pay a certain amount towards their trip.
Yeah.
And these days, they're able to go around the world, go off, have a good time for a year, come back to the business. And I thought that's a great. Well, I'm sure some of them don't come back, right?
Yeah.
But he had the stats in front of it, and these people came back and rejoined the business, and like they had that rejuvenated piece. Because you remember, especially those first few years, like you must have burned out 3 or 4 times. Because I did 3 years straight. You did a tough couple of years in Dublin, and then you did like a massive bit in a row. Did you have any time off?
Not really, no. And that's
why you look so youthful. Really.
But that's been a big mistake. Like I know myself, I haven't taken enough time off, and that's been a big mistake. And that's why I think sometimes people just hit a point where they just go, "This is too much." But I think, like obviously all sales jobs, and I would agree recruitment is sales. Like it's predominantly sales, but I think it's a sales job where your product's a person. So I think it's a lot more stressful than a lot of sales jobs.
Yeah.
And I think you do need a break because your day is so intensive. Like you're you're obviously dealing with people all day, but then your product's a person, so you're not dealing with furniture. You're constantly dealing with people, which can be really draining. And particularly then if you're in a management role, you're dealing with people internally as well. And then you have to worry about your targets and my targets and everyone's targets and the rent and everything else. And I think it is important to have a bit of a, like my old boss, Brian Schroeder at Venus Partnership, he used to say, try and take a week every quarter if you can. Because every quarter you'll need a break if you've had a good one.
Yeah.
That's not a bad tip.
No, it's not. I can imagine a week a quarter is good, but you kind of break it up. You take a day here or there, get over. You've been over a few times.
Yeah.
Charlotte's had 2 years off, so.
I'm back working a day a week.
I'm surprised you didn't say 5 years off. This is his latest one. Apparently, I was never in the business.
Okay, been great to catch up. We are going for dinner now, which is great. So we've had a great first day in Dublin, done 3 podcasts, and got to meet some great people. One of the things we've noticed, we're here, Charlotte's like, everybody's so nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, is everybody a smiling assassin, or are people genuinely nice?
I think people are just generally happy because the market's good.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah. Do some podcasts back in the recession, see your
Oh, God. All right, well, that's us. Thanks so much.
Cool. Thanks.